Hey guys, today's video is a video asking you guys for your help, your suggestions on what you guys want to see this coming year. This is relating to Pan That Palette or eyeshadow related, not technically Pan That Palette, because I really don't know which route to go. I was actually laying down, I was catching up on Pan That Palette videos, everybody's intro, which I'm so excited for everybody, but it reminded me that I needed to make this video because I've been thinking about it for a week. I've been debating on which route I want to go this year. Now last year I did Pan That Palette and I really enjoyed it, but that caused me to neglect a lot of my single shadows and palettes that I have, and some of them I haven't touched in over 6 months, maybe a year, and I don't want to go that route this year. Now I have a lot of palettes and I have a lot of single shadows, and although I have touched all of them, some of them show very little wear to no wear at all. So the goal for this year for me, I think the best route for me to go is not to focus on one palette completely to finish it out. I'm not trying to finish shadows out this year. My goal is to wear a lot of my shadows down or show a lot of usage in them so that I can get my money's worth for them. Anyways, that's my goal for this year. So my first question to you guys is if you guys want to see an inventory video on my palettes and single shadows. I'm gonna do the inventory regardless because I want to know where I'm starting off and where I'm ending off at the end of the year. I just want to know if you guys want to see a video on it. I may have to separate the two just because I have, you know, a lot of palettes and I have a lot of single shadows, and that would make for a very lengthy video. So let me get started on the ideas that I have for this year. The first idea is to do the 2 weeks one palette, and I got that idea from Stephanie from the Daisy Girly. She did it last year and I loved that series that she had. I always look forward every 2 weeks. I look forward to watching, you know, what eyeshadow looks she came up with and then what new palette she was selecting for the next couple of weeks. I like that idea because it will allow me to touch every single palette that I have and most every single shadow that I have this year. And some palettes I may be able to even touch more than once. So you know, I really like the idea of that. Another idea is to do the Pan That Palette and have one palette that I'm focusing on the entire year, but do the 2 weeks one palette in conjunction. That way I'm always working on 2 palettes at the same time, and I'm getting use out of my products at the same time that I'm doing Pan That Palette. Now with that one, the only thing with that one would be that my Pan That Palette, that one palette that I'm focusing on the entire year, the goal again would not be to finish it out, but to wear it down as much as I can. But that palette would be my main focus. Another option or idea was to do what Betsy did with a bunch of other ladies. They actually, I think the goal was to hit pan on as many shadows by the end of the year. So once they hit pan on a shadow, they would move it to the side and then work on other shadows, and you know, so on and so forth. And that sounds really great. And I was thinking of calling that series Hit It or Quit It. You know, no, Hit It and Quit It, or something like that. So, you know, once I hit pan on it, then I can move those shadows aside and then keep moving on to the rest of my shadows. So that's another idea. And then the last one that I have is doing the Pan That Palette, but swapping out the palette every 3 months. Now, there's pros to cons to everything. This one, the benefit that I would get out of it is that I would get a lot of wear and tear on one palette in 3 months. I would do quite a bit of damage on it. The downside to it is that I would only use 4 palettes this year, because the goal for this one would be to only focus on those 4 palettes this coming year. So there's a downside. That's my last option that I have, because I'm just not sure right now. But anyways, I think that's everything. I was also thinking the 1 month one palette, but quite frankly, I don't know if I can focus on just one palette, you know, for an entire month. I get bored very easily, so I don't know if I can do that. Plus, if I do that, I wouldn't be able to touch all of my other shadows that I have and all of my other palettes that I have. You know, I would only be able to touch those 12. And I wanted to make this video because I'm already at, you know, almost mid-month, and I haven't even started on anything. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch, number one. And then number two, thank you guys for leaving your comments down below. I would really appreciate it because I need your help. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.